Hello, Rainbow. How are you this morning? You're out and about? You're playing on your playset with your buddy? You're wiping your beak. Did you have a taste of your new Yum Yum? Yes, Mommy bought you a lot of food. And Mommy even bought 2 different types of new food. So one of them is called bee pollen. I read that it's very good for you. So I put some on top of your pellets. And I gave you some last night. You kind of looked at it, ate a little bit, and then vocalized what you thought. But you had no choice, right? So you ate a little bit of it last night. And this morning I did the same thing. But it looks like you'd rather be playing and preening out here than to be going in the cage to eat. But let's capture you when you do go into your cage. But in the meanwhile, let's show everyone what Mommy bought for you. Pretty bird, huh? Okay, showing off your feathers. Look at that. Look at those colors. Golden yellow on the face, spring green on the upper body, sky blue below. Ooh, excuse me, I know. And then you have your little buddy here. Okay. But let's go over to the kitchen and see what I have bought Rainbow. This is Rainbow's diet. He only likes to eat Harrison's adult lifetime superfine pellets. So this type of pellets is not usually found in regular stores. Maybe one specialty store would sell it, but they would get it from the internet too. And they resell it at a much higher price. I got these at, I think, $9.77 a bag, but it's through the internet, and because of shipping and handling, I calculate and I buy enough food so it will be more economical, meaning that I pay for, let's say I pay for a priority meal for $8.48 for a certain weight of food, and I make sure I get the max weight to get my benefit of the postage, because even if you buy one, you still have to pay $8.48 for postage. But anyway, so I did the calculations, and buying 3 bags of these Harrison's Adult Life Superfine pellets, plus 2 more items that are new. The first one is Birds, probably mispronouncing it, Gourmet Pellets Tropical Food. It's something new. I think it started maybe last year, or maybe even less than a year. And I noticed that these are pellets without any artificial colors or flavors or preservatives. That's what I'm looking for. And I chose the canary type because I know that the formula for all these pellets are the same thing, whether it's finch, canary, parakeets, budgies, conures, the macaws, the bigger birds. The ingredients are exactly the same thing. The only thing that's different is the size of the pellet. And I know with this brand, when I had mango and blueberry, they did not take it when it was the parakeet formula. So I went down the size and went to get the canary type. So it's just the size. And then I figure if this size is still too big, I can go down to the finch size. But I have this bag for £1.25, and it's actually too big, which I doubt. Then I can also use the mortar and pestle and pound it out into smaller granules. And supposedly it's tropical fruit. Sounds yummy. It says, oh, with mango and papaya and pineapple. So let's see, I'll sprinkle some later on. But I also bought some bee pollen. And as with all these packages of food, I put them in the freezer and I take out a little bit at a time to keep the freshness and to maximize the shelf life of it. So every food has an expiration date. Some are at the bottom like this. I don't know if you can see. Used before December 2022. And I only open it when I need it. And I would store it in my freezer right away. And take it out a little bit. Because in the back, they say that if you open the bag, you should consume it within 6 weeks. There's no way one bird could take a pound of pellets in 6 weeks. Because he gets other foods too, like fresh vegetables and other things. So this one, they have a label slapped in the back. This is their use by date, April 2nd, 2022. So I'm going to use this before I open any of these parasites. So let me get the bee pollen, which I opened last night, and then I put it in the freezer. I took some out and put it in a little bag, but let's go into the freezer and get it. Yeah, I stored the seeds in here and also the pellets. So my top freezer is full of bird food. Let's see if I could open up the baggie with just one hand. Or maybe not. So just bear with me. After opening up the food, I usually tape it, put it in a baggie, Ziploc, but another layer of freezer bag, and squeeze out all the air and then Ziploc it. This way it keeps whatever food you put in the freezer as fresh as possible. So I'm trying out this Golden Gourmet treats. Pure bee pollen, and I got the refill. I didn't want to get the other one because the other one you're just paying for the jar. So on the internet it shows this pollen as completely golden yellow with maybe a few orangey color, but when I got this bag, there's a lot of dark brown and black specks of stuff. So I called this place where I ordered my food from, and they said that all their supplies like that. And this is vacuum sealed, and she said that they get it in a bulk size, and when they get the order, they just scoop whatever the customer wants in terms of quantity, and then they vacuum seal it and then slap on the label and send it. And I said, well, this doesn't show any expiration date. And she was kind enough to look for the expiration date in her gigantic bulk bag of bee pollen, and she came back to me and said November of 2022. So I put down my own expiration date. And also online they said that for bee pollen, if you don't refrigerate it or freeze it, you're going to get a shorter shelf life. But when we do freeze it or put it in the refrigerator, you get probably a year or more. And some said that if you freeze it from the very beginning, then you can have it on for many, many years for bee pollen. So I asked them over the phone, how do they store their bird food? And she said, it's in a very cold room. I said, like refrigeration cold? And she said, yes. So it's not exactly a real refrigerator, but she said in a very cool room. So I consider that being refrigerated a little bit. I took out some, put it in this little baggie, and this will be outside room temperature, while this one will go back into the freezer. So I sprinkled some bee pollen last night, and he had some. A little complaint here and there, but he ate it. So this morning, I put the same thing inside the other cage. So getting back to where I get my bird supply, especially since the pandemic, the local stores don't have regular stuff in stock anymore, and you get more of a selection inside, on the internet. And this place always gives us some treats, human treats and bird treats. The first time I ordered from this place, I was shocked, and I saw this. It was organic candy, and I called them. I said, okay. I said, the candy is for humans, right? And she said, yes. The other bag as for your bird. So they're very kind and always giving us free toys, but my bird doesn't need it because I have all male budgies, and male budgies do not chew. Nothing of the sort. So these are all chewing toys. So maybe I'll give it to my neighbor. She has a cockatiel. So these are all nice chewing toys. Oh, there is a few of these plastic discs where I can attach it to a little cup and they can open it up and make it into a foraging toy. That's what I'll do. So very nice of them. But let's get back to Rainbow. Rainbow, are you going to eat your new food? Gonna go inside and eat your yum yum? No? Okay. We'll capture you in recording when you do go back into the cage later. You gotta eat sometime, right? So this is how it looks. He gets his regular vegetables, his shredded Brussels sprouts and carrots. And today, over here, I sprinkle some of the bee pollen with his pellets. Over here is just the regular pellets. So, be back when I have footage. Oh, he's flying up there. Are you going to eat your yum yum now? Are you hungry? You going to eat? He knows. He knows what eat means. No? You see something new in there. Okay, you going to play for a little bit? Rainbow's going to play a little bit, right? Is Rainbow a good boy? Of course Rainbow's a good boy. Oh, he's going to show us how you do it. Okay, push everything down. Oh, yeah. He pushes the cart down. He squeals. Wow, look at this. You did a great job in doing that. You had the adventure of pushing it down. And then Mommy's going to put it back up again, right? This cart with the cookie and his little white bunny. So when he throws his toys down, he gets to bowl down all his little egg friends, which are named with the colors that they have on their body. Yes, Rainbow? I know you have new yum yum. That's what he's saying. You're chirping. You want to go eat, right? And you're looking there, but you're not eating it. Well, you're going to eat it, right? You have some pellets in there. Okay. Oh, there goes the pink disco ball. Rainbow does this every morning. Before he goes into the big cage, he comes out and play and fly around, and he roams all around the room looking for maybe leftover food that was dropped from the previous day. So he has his own foraging methods. Yep, it could be stuck on the carpet a little bit, or on the floor, on the toy. Yep, you're foraging for food. You're working harder than any other bird, right? Because there's a big area where you have to look for. In a sense, you're Mommy's little vacuum cleaner too, right? Okay. Be back later.